Senior foreign policy spin doctor admits he misled reporters on the Iran nuke negotiations. Here's the key quote from the New York Times. The average reporter we talk to is 27, and their only reporting experience consists of being around political campaigns. That's a sea change. They literally know nothing. So he misled them. He's saying this morning. There was no shortage of good reporting and analysis. A review of that press from that period will find plenty of tough journalism and scrutiny. But he still misled them. Joining us now, Colonel Ralph Peters. He misled them about a very important series of negotiations. He made out that Iran was just, run by moderates. Everything's going to be okay. What say you about this?
Well, let's start with Ben Rhodes' title. It's Deputy National Security Advisor for Strategic Communications. In other words, chief propagandist. And as a propagandist, he's been very, very good. I mean, Joseph Stalin could have used this guy. But really, if you look at what he said, he not only insulted journalists, just trashed them, he insulted the foreign policy community, the military, virtually everyone. And Ben Rhodes was gleeful in this brilliantly done article about how they put one over on the American people through manipulating journalists through this myth that they were only negotiating now with the Iranians because suddenly there were moderates in place when they'd been negotiating with the hardliners for years before that. Then Ben Rhodes throws out the trope that, well, you know, if you don't like this nuke deal, the only alternative is war. And that was nonsense. When the reporter...
I'm sorry, am I right in saying that Ben Rhodes is the man that the president listened to, and the president did not listen to at least two defense secretaries who were telling him something else entirely about the Iran deal? He listened to Ben Rhodes. He didn't listen to the generals. Is that accurate?
Well, it is in the sense that several people interviewed for the article say there's a mind meld between Rhodes and Obama. But let's not forget Valerie Jarrett's role. And it's rich that Ben Rhodes is making fun of inexperienced journalists, ignoring the brilliant, accomplished career journalist. It's rich because he has no military experience, no foreign policy experience, never even worked for an NGO, didn't study foreign policy. He's just a wordsmith.
But do they really think that the Iran deal is a success? I mean, it seems to me to be a disaster and is falling to pieces as we speak. Does Ben Rhodes think this is a success?
Well, from his perspective, it was, but he's a marketer. He sold it. That's all that matters. He sold the product. And when this terrific journalist, David Samuels, who wrote the piece in the New York Times Magazine, when he raised the issue with Rhodes, he said, well, what about the 450,000 dead in Syria? Rhodes goes into this rhetorical defilade, and he says, well, what about all the dead in Congo? And that is the Obama position on everything. We can't do everything, therefore we shouldn't do anything. I mean, people need to read this because so many people came out of the woodwork to lay it on the line. They're so disgusted with Obama. And the most telling line from any of the sources about Obama was, the world has disappointed Obama.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a fitting end to our discussion, I think, Ralph, and we thank you, as always, for being with us. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you,
Calm down.
Stuart.
Calm down. Okay, calm down. And I will too. All right, everybody.